Guys, before we get started, I have to show you this. Okay, I threw this on about 2 seconds ago. Look at this necklace. Oh my goodness. We're here for Facebook. Hello. Okay. So, thank you. I just said, oh shit, there goes my popsicle. Oh, please. There's like a 10-second rule, right? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, Pavel, this is the Ricky Rebel Renaissance line. So this is his line through Pavel, but they sent me just an amazing amount of different pieces to wear and that kind of thing. Thank you, that's much more sanitary. Okay. But anyway, so I want to make sure you show you guys, I got a beautiful book. I posted it on my story, but I know not all of you could see it. What do you think? Okay, so we'll get into it, but I wanted to at least start with that because it's amazing. Okay. So, hello. Do you guys like popsicles? This one's strawberry. I eat popsicles every night before I go to bed. It doesn't matter how late it is, and it doesn't matter if I literally eat it right before I go to sleep. It's a really bad habit, I'm sure, but it's a habit nonetheless. And it's hot today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get into some stuff. First and foremost, on my Facebook friends, make sure that you guys share this live feed to your pages. It just helps to kind of get the word out that we do this every single week, and it helps to build our community. I do this literally just for you guys once a week. I don't care if it's just you, me, and the dog, or you, me, and a million people. I care about you guys very much. You are really the energy to my entire reason for doing everything. So anyway, let's build our little family. So make sure to share. But anyway, so that Orko and I, we've been in the studio pretty much every weekend, but we finally made a really, really good step forward on this first song. I'm not going to announce the name just yet, but we're getting pretty close. And so basically what this does is that when the song is nearing completion, I'll start to kind of, I don't know how to better say it than kind of fantasize. And so as I was listening to our demo this morning, over and over, I start getting visions. And this is how I know that I'm really excited about a song. I feel good about it. And it's because I just get these visions for what the visual will be. And what I mean by that is basically the music video. Oh, there they are. Hello, Ricky Rebel Renaissance. Look what I'm wearing. Ooh. But anyway, so this was happening with this particular track, which, you know, we may or may not tease at some point for you guys on this live stream, but we'll see. But anyway, so it just came to me, the concept, how I want to portray this, and so it happens very quickly. And I know musicians talk about this with their writing process. And they'll say, hi, Pavel, love the necklace, honey. Anyway, so I know this happens as far as the writing process, and, usually it takes us maybe 10-15 minutes if it's really flowing to get the idea, the concept, and then the production takes weeks after that. But as far as, songwriting, it usually happens really fast, if it's good. And the same thing is true for music video concepts that I come up with. It's just, I'll get it within, a moment, and then I'll just start to sit on it and develop the idea. So, all that to say, we're in the process. So that's the update. As far as new music, working on it. Now, for Facebook, I specifically titled this live stream, Why I Want to Fail. So let's get right into that. I was thinking about the fact that for the times that I kind of feel knocked down, it's because you feel like you failed, right? Everyone feels that. Whatever the rejection is, career-wise, relationship-wise, family, whatever. And I just have known this for a long time, but failure comes in tandem with success, right? You can't have success unless you fail a whole bunch of fucking times. And so for me, I just want to start failing more often, more quickly. And what I mean by that is it's going to get me to those steps that I want to be at, and just not to be afraid anymore. Not to say that I haven't made pretty significant leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. Oh, hello, Australia. Hello from Arizona. But in any case, just this idea that in order to get where I want to be, I have to be even more brave, even more daring. And I always think what I want is I want people to say, where does she get her nerve, right? Where does she get her nerve to try well in this next song? What you'll hear, it's like nothing else I've ever done. It's very different vocally and sonically. So, you know, my encouragement out to you guys is let's fail together. Figure out what it is that you want, the goals, what you want to accomplish, and go for it. So if it's a matter of, hey, you know, I have this painting, you know, and I want it to be featured in a certain venue or something like that. The submission process, knowing that for every 200 people you submit to, you might get a response from 5 and maybe I'm interested from 1. And just knowing that the odds, the numbers will always be greater as far as how many no's you get versus how many yeses. Now, I feel like that's very contingent on the level of success that you're at. It just seems that people who have accomplished some things, there's a little name recognition, excitement, and buzz, and so a lot of opportunities come to them. Okay, that's where you want to be, but that's not where a lot of us are. So, all I have to say, keep it in your mind that if you're not where you want to be, and you feel depressed about it, know that those negative emotions are your call to action. Anytime you feel those negative emotions, that is your call to action to go and do something extreme, outrageous, because at the end of the day, you know, what's worse than feeling depressed and down on yourself? For me, not a whole lot. So when I'm feeling that way, it's my cue to go do something crazy, to be daring enough to say, hey, will you make a request, offer a collaboration? So keep that in your guys' minds as well. So look, as much as I'll be putting myself out there and trying new things and likely falling flat on my face, whatever that might be, that's okay. So I'm going to support you guys in the same way that I hope that I'll be supported. But even if I'm not, I'm going to keep cruising forward. So should you. I'm going to scroll through a couple of comments really fast. Are the paintings on the back of the wall yours? Yes, they are. I keep saying I need to replace all my paintings that you guys see at some point very soon, because these are from like 2013, 2012, a million years ago. But, you know, it's just been one of those things. I've been focusing on music and everything, but I would love to do some new pieces. And I actually was talked into doing something new recently, and this was just from someone who really likes my art. And so I did this piece and just sold it to him for like barely anything, but just because it was a specific request. So equally, if someone ever wants something, you guys just let me know. I'm happy to give away most of my shit, or just, you know, something minimal, if you're interested. Facebook, sorry. I have Instagram on a different level, so if you're staring at my forehead, stop it. You dirty, dirty Facebook. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. To be honest, I'm a little down on myself as a painter. I never ever wanted to put any of this stuff out or make it available to my fans. It was more about, upon request, I finally begrudgingly did it. And now at this point, who the hell cares? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I'm not a phenomenal painter by any stretch of the imagination. I've had no actual training, and I just kind of taught myself when I was like 12. And I watched PBS. Donahue, was that her name? But anyway, I watched her, and I got the little paintings. I just taught myself how to do it. So thank you very much. I love the flower. I'm terrified to do anything with this because it's like glass, beautiful, and I can't wait to do some photo shoots with it. I realized that a couple episodes ago, I had committed to telling you guys how long I could hold my breath for, and I never did that. So I think this will be probably kind of weird, but I kind of want to do the who can hold their breath the longest. Now, I might ask that orca who's here with me right now, and maybe he'll do it with me. And I'll extend the invitation to you guys. Now, no cheating. This is like one of those, you know, if you're going through the tunnel under a bridge or something. So no cheating, but I think that we should do this for realsies. You gonna try with me?
Sure.
Alright. We're gonna see who can hold the longest between that orca and I. That orca, everybody. Alright, ready?
Ready?
No laughing. Alright, ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Well, that wasn't difficult.
Okay.
How are you eating? Or you have to breathe in order to chew.
You can hold your breath. Take a bite. Yeah, see? Chew. See what I mean? I'm not
No,
cheating.
but I'm breathing now. I guess I'm not. I don't know.
All right, guys,
how do you know
I'm
if you're
sorry.
breathing?
I'm sorry. We're gonna. That's right. No breathing through your nose.
All right.
Okay. For real. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. 1, 2, 3.
All right, even. You still going? I started to breathe out, and I wasn't sure if that counted, so I just said, fuck it.
All right. Now I beat him, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
The bar was set really low.
I don't know if anybody did it with me, but if you guys did better than me, let me know. Hi there. Thanks for joining, everybody.
Tony is asking how long you've been painting for.
I've been painting since I was about 12, and it's been very, very off and on. I basically, besides little one-off pieces the last few years, I basically stopped, which is heartbreaking, but equally, I mean, I don't know. I need to get into it. I keep saying that, and I just need to do it. Hello, Adele. Thanks for joining. I want to make sure to say thank you, guys. So, Inevitable hit over 200,000 plays on Spotify. And it's been added to a bunch of new playlists, and you guys are just killing the game. So for those of you who have taken the time to go and follow Miss Krystle on Spotify, to share the track with your friends, whatever the fuck you're doing, it's working. I really appreciate each one of you guys at all. You are my community. But there's been a few people who have actually added to, my group to allow, to help with some of these things, and it's made a huge difference. And what I'm just finding is that you guys doing things like sharing a track, that you like of mine, or a video, or whatever, it just gets the word out a little bit more, and it helps our efforts a lot. So thank you very much to everybody who's been doing that. I very much appreciate you. It's melting. Speaking of team, so I have kind of my team for Miss Krystle, and then I also have my. Can you take this? It's melting everywhere. We're past the point of no return. There we go. Excuse me. How inappropriate. You'd love to see how I can draw, just to the difference. I would love to show you how I could draw, just so you can make fun of me. I'm pretty sure I got maybe a stick figure down, but at that, it's not good. I'm just not going to play around about that. Yeah. So anyway, I was just saying, so as far as I have my team for Miss Krystle, but then I also have a different team, which is my record label team. So, we had kind of a record label team night out, and we went bowling. And first and foremost, does anyone bowl? Is anyone good at bowling? If so, can you please teach me? So I set this up because, obviously I'm going to set up my own team meeting. And, everyone was saying bowling would be a good idea. I'm terrible at bowling, and I don't like being bad at anything. Just saying. But anyway, I begrudgingly agreed. And so we split into 2 teams, and Team Miss Krystle, of course, won. Tee-hee. Now, there may or may not have been 2 of us on my team that used bumpers, but I won't admit that because nonetheless, we won. So
a win's a win.
A win's a win. But anyway, so I'm working on my technique. I realize I throw like an idiot. So you're supposed to, what is it again? You throw up or whatever, and then you kind of release. So what I do is I throw it like this, and then I twist it. I have no idea why the hell I do that, but I do, which means it twists, and so it'll spin all the way down the aisle, or just go straight into the gutter, which may or may not be why I did the bumper. So in any case, it was a lot of fun. And I've been thinking about maybe kind of introducing you guys to some of the people on that record label team, just so, you can know a little bit more about what we do and just kind of see more of the behind the scenes. But yeah, I think I absolutely need to work on my bowling skills. Someone was asking about merch. So I got a couple orders yesterday, My best-selling item at my shows is this poster, and we sell out almost every single time. It is available through my website, but this is an exclusive image. I have not released it anywhere, and in fact, the image on the website has like a watermark because it's obviously a select piece. So let me show you. Are you ready? Okay. So this was a real quick, like, spontaneous image that we grabbed after a photo shoot that I had done. And the photo shoot was, oh, that's right, it was my Swear photo shoot. So after the Swear music video was released, we did a photo shoot in the same outfit with the blue top. And so anyway, that was a very fun image. And like I said, just a good overall poster. Well, thank you. Hey, I might have to send you a poster. Remind me. Okay, so just 2 other quick things. I will get to your questions, and then...
I'm getting a question about that necklace. Where'd you got that from?
Oh, yeah, I was saying earlier. So this is the line by... In fact, I just love showing this book because it's so beautiful. So, Pavel, they sent me a bunch of different pieces to wear. This is one of them. Super beautiful. Like I was saying, it's glass, so I feel like I need to be very, very careful because it's just a very nice piece. Okay, so moving on. Quick gym update. I told you guys if I started the gym. You looking at my big muscles? Stop it. So the gym's been going good. The first couple of times was a little brutal, I'll be honest, because you know me. I just go way too hard on everything all the time. And so I just completely overdid it, and I felt like death for the next couple of days, but I recouped, and so now I'm just starting to level out. So I'm starting to feel stronger, my back is getting better, which is the whole point, and that's going very, very well. Okay, and lastly, I did a blast on my personal Facebook page, which means absolutely nothing to anybody watching, but just to say, we are looking for a new booking agent, and in recent history, we've had everything from someone who's like formally a booking agent and kind of what that relationship looks like, or an official booking agent, to, you know, someone who just wants to help. And it's just interesting to see. Sometimes you're able to get more done because you have the right person who's just very passionate about what we're doing and just wants to be involved. So, you know, I just want to put it out there that this is just something that we're just trying to find the right fit at this point. Obviously, I do pop music, but it's very aggressive, and so we always fit with like industrial bands, sometimes rock bands, and then of course even the very mainstream like bubblegum pop. So anyway, if you guys know anybody, you can email us at management@misskrystle.com. Okay, so your guys' questions from earlier: how do you get inspired, and what makes you motivated? So I mentioned earlier that I was kind of listening to the new track that we're working on. Super stoked about that. I don't know if anyone else is like this who's a musician, but what motivates me is literally the 3-minute, 4-minute demo of whatever the next song is. There's nothing like it. I get so excited about every aspect of a music career, including interviews and rehearsals and dancing. And my producer knows this. Monday morning, I need a new demo in my inbox. I need to listen to it, and this is kind of what drives me and gets me excited for everything else that I have to do. So, you know, as far as just feeling inspired as a musician, that's what gets me going. It's that simple. And then what makes me motivated? Hope. To oversimplify it, it's just I need to know what that next thing is. I need to know what it is that I'm working towards, even if it's just the next song, the next release. But knowing that everything's going to be purposeful, that I have people who care, that I'm working very hard so I can give this new music to someone who's going to listen to it and it's going to mean something, that motivates me very much. And just finding that goalpost. And I know a lot of people are like me, just as far as you have postpartum depression, so to speak. So, you know, once you birth the baby, whatever that is, you have the big event, the party, the release, whatever it is. And you just feel a little depressed afterwards because you're like, oh, what the hell am I going to do now? And so I've always been like that. And so I'll have, you know, a half a day where I'm like, ugh. But then you just got to pick yourself up and you got to say, okay, so what's next? What's the next focus? So you just re-strategize and get yourself moving again. All right, moving on. How's the new music coming along? Good. As noted earlier, we have the next song. It's up in the queue, and so now it's just a matter of finalizing it, kicking it over to our mixing guy, getting that going, and then just moving on, so, you know, getting to the next track and that kind of thing. Do you do leg day or just cardio? As far as my routine, and I was talking to someone about this recently, so I like to try and do area-specific days, right? So it'll be like, all right, great, we're going to work on, like, this half down. Whatever we need to do is just going to be this half down so that when I feel sore as shit 2 days from now, I can get in, do some light walking to keep blood flow and all that, but then maybe we focus on arms, then we focus on abs. And then, you know, every once in a while, maybe it's just a day of cardio, and that's usually specific to just stress relief. Sometimes you're just so angry, so instead of doing something else that you're thinking about, you just go to the gym, and you get on the treadmill, and you work it out. Work it out, girl. Alright, last one from earlier that I picked out was, if you were a comic book character, who would you be? So for any actual comic book lovers, I would be interested to know what you would compare me to. And even then, if Miss Krystle was a comic book character, for just kind of the uniqueness of my lifestyle, right? So just kind of the, you know, attorney by day, musician by night, and whatever the fuck I am in between. Who would, or what would be a good villain to play opposite me? So I wanna come back to that. I think it's a really good question. And in fact, when people have asked me this, and when I've thought about this, and I was like, I'm not trying to be an actress, right? But if I was ever to be in a movie, I would want to be either like a Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, or a villain. I just feel like I gravitate towards the villain because the villain is the more complicated character, right? The villain has to be, I don't know, you have to feel compassionate enough to care about the villain, but it still needs to be, obviously, the bad character. I feel like that's kind of what I relate the best to. So, in any case, let me know what you guys think about that. Thanks, people on Facebook, for liking the necklace. The designer's quite talented. Oh, okay. All right, last question from Instagrammy. Am I going to cut my hair? All right, so real talk, and this is for my long hair bitches out there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I get the feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, every couple of weeks, where all I want is to cut it off. I want to cut it, like, right here. And nothing would give me more pleasure than to just, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, because I know I'll regret it as soon as I do. So to answer your question, I will likely cut it off at some point and just lose my mind. That's coming. But until then, we'll be staying long and red, at least for a little while. Are you laughing at me?
I am. You're ridiculous.
Okay, do you guys like my dress? Woohoo! Sometimes you just gotta be girly and kick ass. Alright, I'm done. Love your faces. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Instagram me. Be good. Love you. Bye. Bye, Facebook.